Welcome to the first lesson of SmartKnitter, Knit Instructions Level 1. We will be learning different ways to export to machine codes. Let's start with a SKS file. This is the file type of SmartKnitter's knit spec module. Check all panels that need to be exported. If the sleeves are identical, check Export one panel only for the sleeve. This is the export setting page. We will get into the details in later courses. All panels are exported to knitting instructions in the SmartGraph module. Before we export to machine codes, we must select the entire panel area. Then we set the feeder setup for front panel. As back panel doesn't need separate feeder for neckline, we move it to feeder 3. Add virtual feeder 4 to avoid unintended release of feeder and machine warning. We can copy these settings to other appropriate panels. Feeder settings are copied to sleeve and collar band. Translate to machine codes. This is the translation setup page. We will go through these settings in later courses. Translate. Translate the current panel only. Translate all pages. Translate all panels. Check all panels that need to be translated. All panels are translated to machine codes. Knit instructions and machine codes are saved in the same .sgp file, SmartGraph project. We can switch between them through this button. We can also navigate between these two using hotkey F12. Use F9 to zoom out and F10 to zoom in. Place mouse on the position where you want to inspect and press F12. This will bring you to the same position on its knitting instructions. There are 4 ways to export to machine files. The first method is by clicking the Export button on the right toolbar. Knitting time is shown as reference. The second method is by right-clicking on the canvas and select Export to Knitting MC. The third method is File Export to Knitting MC. The fourth method, File Export all pages to Knitting MC. This method exports all panels at the same time. Knitting time of all panels are shown. This can be shown again by selecting View, Show Export, and Translate Problem. Sometimes panels are knitted in different gauges and needed to be exported separately. Right-click on the panel that needs to be exported. Select Export Knit Instructions. Note that single-panel knitting instructions are saved as .sgf file, SmartGraph file, instead of .sgp file. Feeder setup is similar to Method 1, but there is no Copy Setting to Other Pages button. Similarly, there is no Translate All Pages option as well. The file type is .sgf, and at this point, the machine code and knitting instructions are not linked. After saving, knitting instructions and machine codes are saved in the same .sgp file. This method is suitable for stripe or jacquard sweater, where you want to view all panels on one page. We need to select area of the panel that needed to be exported. Remaining steps are similar with previous methods. Note that file type is .smf if we use this export method. Method 4 is similar with method 3, but with a different layout. This exports all panels of all sizes on the same page. The remaining steps are similar with previous methods. There are different settings for exports. These are the default settings on how file names are set automatically at export. We can edit the naming convention as preferred. We can also set the default location and whether to include machine parameter files when exporting. This marks the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching.